If you work on something a little bit every day, you end up with something that is massive. And massive is the contribution of Indian startups in bringing about the dawn of new India. India that is progressive, a growth story, the land of new opportunities and financial inclusion as well. The nation, with one of the highest numbers of startups in the world, is well on course to become the hub for new age unicorns as well. So what are unicorns? Well, unicorns are companies whose valuation have surpassed $1 billion and are pegged to play a vital role in nation building. Whether it is from employment generation to even gender equality, from social contract to financial inclusion, and riding on the waves of innovation and youth, we've seen that Indian unicorns are setting new precedents for global businesses as well. Welcome to Inspiring India, the Unicorn Way, where we showcase unicorns which are at the cornerstone of inclusive economic growth of India. And today, under the spotlight, we have with us a company that has made access to insurance products simpler and seamless. Hello and welcome. You're watching Inspiring India, the Unicorn Way, the brand new show by Money9. I'm Sakshi Batra, and today on this show we have with us Policybazaar's co-founder Yashish Dahiya, who has been instrumental in making access to insurance as easy as a click of a button. Welcome, Mr. Dahiya. It's a pleasure to have you on Money9's brand new show, Inspiring India. It's a great pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you for having me here.
Today, Policybazaar has grown into a unicorn. You have several thousands of employees really working for you. Share with us your vision. How do you plan to expand further to contribute to nation building through employment generation and also through gender diversity?
In terms of our future growth, I see there are about 6 crore families in India that afford protection. And when I mean they have a lot to lose in case they lose their financial key earning member, about 6 crore families who depend on an income, who depend on a salary, who depend on one person's labor, etc., etc. They typically earn on average, about 5 lakh rupees a year, about 40,000 rupees a month as a family. The rest of it that is below this level largely looks for social security, etc., which the government is providing and will continue to provide. So I think this piece over the next 10 years is going to grow to about 15 crore people. Today, of these 6 crore families, only about 60 lakh have any form of genuine private insurance, health insurance, life insurance, etc. So as it goes to 15 crores, my view is about half of these people in the next 10 years will buy something which will be necessary for them. It's already necessary. They're just not acting yet. And so our job is to keep educating these people who are ever younger, because clearly the additional 9 crore families that will join this in the next 10 years are all going to be young families. You spoke about gender diversity.
Right.
I just wanted to state, as I look at the senior management in our company, across the company, of course, roughly about 30% of our all employees are women, and we are very proud about that. The women in our organization who have never given us the opportunity to think that they are in any way needing some support or needing some extra help. They've never given us that opportunity. In fact, I would even go to the extent of saying they genuinely put in a lot more than the average male person. And that's not to just say, right? That's just the truth. And they're very passionate about their careers. They're very passionate about the company. So we appreciate that. In terms of overall employees, we have to always maintain the fine balance again between financial prudence as well as employee friendliness. We don't go one way or the other. We try to be as fair as we can be, but there are times when things don't work out, and we have to make tough calls. For some people, it's not the right organization. The good news is they are few. We try our best to kind of retrain people. We are glad that during this whole downturn, we were able to maintain most of our employee base. Most of the people were able to work from home. Thousands of people move back to working from home. And we're also very glad to say, as the offices are opening up, about a third of them are back in offices.
I wish to understand from you what are the trends that are emerging. Because of this pandemic, we did see that the insurance industry managed to sell a whole lot of more products because people were worried about getting infected by COVID-19. What were the trends emerging from, say, tier 2, 3, and 4 cities? Were there more buyers there this time around? Is the trend likely to sustain? How is it going on?
I think the first 3-4 months of the pandemic, which is, I would say, March, April to July, there was a lot of growth. There was a lot of demand for health insurance, life insurance, etc., and people did buy. After that, the demand actually went down dramatically. So I think there are two aspects here, right? One is awareness of the risk. Second is, do I need to buy now? And I think the do I need to buy now is actually driven by being in a city, being in a somewhat alien environment, being in a somewhat, and India is a unique country, right? With a lot of us having a city home and a sort of home back home as well. So I think we are unique in that, and we have to recognize that. I think as the people are coming back into office, we are seeing the scale up, which is largely happening because people are aware they have to buy. So the awareness has definitely gone up.
So I want to ask you, as an insurance aggregator, what are the challenges you're facing currently? How do you wish to tackle them? And ahead of the much talked about that IPO that you're going to bring, what is in it going to be for investors, for customers, your shareholders that people can look forward to?
Anything we do is to strengthen the opportunity for us to serve more and more customers on the health insurance and life insurance side. Investors, if you are doing something like that and if you are successful, of course, investors who have taken the most risk by putting their capital when we did not exist need to be rewarded. And I hope they do get rewarded. I would feel very bad. Our investors did not do well through their bet on us. So I hope that does happen. And now regarding market, etc., I think the market is frothy. Uh, I think it's ahead of its time in in whatever's going on in the market. So hopefully, we will be able to sail in a nice way without froth. I'm very scared of froth because if you are
Right.
sailing in froth, sometimes down is the only way. And I don't want our company to ever get there. I would like our company to grow every year so that every investor who enters our company benefits.
And lastly, before I let you go, I have to ask you, in a world where headlines are only talk about the new upcoming startups, how they are garnering premium valuations, how they are raising billions of dollars of funding, what would be your advice to the new age startups, both in the tech and the non-tech space as well, so that they can truly work towards the improvement at the bottom of the pyramid and change the lives of customers, the end user?
I think it's very inspiring to see so much capital flow into India. There are so many opportunities that need to be solved. I hope all of us can focus on those opportunities, those problems, and solve them, uh, both at the bottom of the pyramid and in the middle class, and in the wealthy. Everybody needs to be served, and there are problems at every stage. We're a developing, growing country, and I think uh, success stories of people like InfoEdge, India Mart, etc., inspire all of us to also become successful and hopefully inspire the next generation to also follow this. There was a time when doing business was quite a difficult thing. Increasingly, all of us are able to do business, and I think most of us do not come from a business family or a political affiliation of any sort. So it's a very good thing for the country that very secular growth is happening. So I think it's a good thing for the country. It's a good thing for the people, and I think it should be fully leveraged. There is a lot of capital available in the world, and that capital honestly has nowhere to go. Do not start thinking about valuation and how much money you've raised and all that stuff before the problem you're solving. make that the fundamental piece. And then, of course, as they say in that movie, that success to jhak maar ke piche aayega if you are solving the right problem, right? So financial success will come.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mr. Dahiya, for sharing your key insights with us on Inspiring India. Wish you all the more success from here on as well, and many more opportunities where we'll get to interact with you so that all our viewers are also inspired in their own ways in their lives as well. Thank you very much. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Inspiring India.